All right, hello everyone. This is Zach here. So first of all, thank you for joining us this evening for our live Facebook section together with Mr. JK again. We invited Mr. JK again to share with us, okay, the upcoming topic for today. Okay, of course, 2 weeks ago, if you are here with us, okay, I think Mr. JK do actually share with us about market structure, and this week he will actually share with us more about indicators and how you're going to use this platform over here, XChart, to help you out to further enhance, okay, your technical analysis skill. Okay, but before I start further, okay, just want to do a quick sound check and screen check, please. Okay, if my screen and sound is okay, appreciate if you can type a one for me. All right, hello Wong, good evening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. And of course, help me to share this out. Okay, help me to share this out. Okay, so I guarantee you definitely today this section here, the last week, it will definitely help you out to understand better about us, technical analysis, and then of course using this to help you out in your chart reading. All right. So again, without further ado, okay, currently now it's already 8:30, and I'll pass the floor to JK to start our section here today. JK,
Hi, good evenings, and ladies and gentlemen.
JK,
Welcome back again.
sounds okay? Hey, sorry, I think I mute myself also. JK?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
okay, okay, right now. Okay, right
Can
now.
I?
Can.
Okay, good evenings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm JK here. Pleased to meet everyone over the live sessions now today. As promised, every fortnightly we will be meeting up over this live Facebook. Tonight I'm going to share with indicators information. Okay, so this will be the first round of the contents. We'll be talking about the MACD, then we'll lead through the DMI, RSI. Then we'll take a look on the KOSE in brief, and also look into some of the stocks that we have gone through before and what would be the potentials upcomings as well. Then of course we'll have questions on the from the floor to analyze the stock together. Okay. Of course, I have to do the disclaimer here. We are not here to make any buy or sell calls directly. Uh, all the whoever joined the Facebook here would advise to consult your financial advisor before you make any financial decisions. Okay. Um, Remember from the last sessions, we have gone through the price movement market cycles, the structures and the characteristics. Very much over Malaysia, we will be keen to look into the bullish cycles here to buy low or sell near to high there. Of course, not to participate over the bad regions. Okay, and the structure will be into the accumulation phase and the markup. This is more or less what we are interested to be residing in. Of course, when it comes to the distribution phase, is where we want to get out and not to stay within the declining phase. This is what we have gone through over the past week. Okay. Okay, without further delay, let's have a quick start on the MACD, then I'll follow on with the DMI. MACD by itself, there are actually three components inside the moving average convergent divergent. For the blue line, as you can see over here, which we call it the MACD, it is actually the standard formula by the EMA of 12 minus of the EMA of 26. Then you get the value. So this value will be plotted along with this blue line by itself. Okay. The second component is a signal line, which is taking the EMA line with the MACD here. Of course, this is after the deductions. So all in all here, you can see only three EMA line was actually composing these two signals, MACD and signal line by itself. And the third component will be the histogram, which is taking the differences between the MACD and the signal line. In actual fact, it is MACD minus the signal line. Then you can see whether they are on the positive side of it when the MACD is higher than signal line, or they are on the negative side of it when the MACD is below the signal line. Just have a sense of what we want on the MACD to interpreting on the MACD and the positive side or negative side. As you can see it over here, like this green box here, which is actually MACD higher than signal line, which is biasing the stocks to move up. Okay. Similarly, over this box here, the green one. Okay. Likewise over here too. And this green box itself was to indicate that all the signal informations were actually residing above the zero level. Okay, so these are actually for the momentum. It is cyclical. We will interpret these signals for the short term in and out. Okay, so when it comes to secondary indicator, normally we will interpret it in the shorter terms. Okay, will not be a longer term. Long term will always refer to moving average. Okay, so exactly over the negative side of it is when the MACD residing below. So concurrently, all the histogram will reside below the zero level. So you can see the green indication. Of course, this is one of the software indications. So you can see they are having a green part on the red part. So anytime that we have the histogram below the zero level, that means that MACD was residing below signal line, means that the trend is coming down. Okay, just like on the example here. So you can see that we have the MACD higher than the signal lines, the price is propagating upward. Okay, so the next crossing over, the price propagating upward again, and so on. Okay, this is when we interpreting MACD higher than signal line. It doesn't matter whether they are below or above zero level. As long as they are crossing up, price started to propagate upward. That means they are advanced in their price positions. Okay, likewise opposite, when MACD crosses down below signal line, that means price started to propagating downward. That means it's the declining on the price position. Of course, it's not favorable for us in our Bursa's KLSE positions for most of these stocks. We do not favor all this unless you can do short. Okay. Another one to look into on the MACD part is when they get above zero. Not only they cross up, when they cross up above zero, that will be much more crucial. So when we interpreting above zero level, that means we are trying to interpreting over the cycle trend already. Just sound like this case here, we interpret over the crossing up and crossing down, crossing up and pull back, pushing up and the pullback or consolidate. So that is the cross up and crossing up, crossing down. All these concern will be the push up and consolidations purpose. So when we come to the crossing up above zero line, we are interpreting over the overall trend, which will be coupling together with the moving average, like what the previous session that we had, the market cycles there. Okay, so of course when they cross up, it is an uptrend movement. When they cross down, it will be a downtrend movement, and most of the time once they cross down, they will be tends to residing below. So that is not what we are favorable upon the downtrend unless you do short. Okay, so in summary, the cross up will be on the uptrend, the cross down will be on the downtrend. Okay, so these are more on the trendy effects. Okay, trendy effect. So if you unless you wanted to do a shorter cycle, then you interpret the crossover of the MACD line. Okay, so let's take a look on the one of these quick summary example here. See, when it crosses up, it tends to move, okay, until it stays above the zero level, the trend established, whereby you can see over here all these prices started to move above the moving average already. Okay, while the cross up is below zero, that means they only call it as a rebound. We wanted to see MACD and the signal line to stay above zero level, which is more promising on the uptrend signals. Also want to bear in mind that once they have a pullback or sideways consolidation effect, right, tendency after the crossing up, moving average tends to move toward the zero level again, something like this. Crossing down, pull toward the zero level. That's where you have to get prepare yourself for the next move. This is the next move. So crossing down near to the zero. Once the next having the next cross up, that will be our new chance already to resume the trend. Okay, that's how we interpret the MACD, MACD. So most of the time when they have the uptrend cycles, right? For example, this is the markup phase. You can see majority of the MACD will residing above zero level until it is already deteriorated. This is more or less after the distribution cycle coming down toward the declining phase. MACD started to reside below the zero level already. So this is on the uptrend cycle, and the next one will be on the negative trend cycle until the next favorable stage that when the MACD stay above the zero level again. So the new trend will start to re-establish again. So February, when you wanted to interpret trend beside the MACD moving average line, this will be very helpful information to couple together for us to interpret that where will be the cycling of the overall trends to stay in or not. Okay, of course, favorable will be on this part. This will be the short cycle. Okay, this is very much on the MACD side. I think very interesting that we can take a look on a couple of examples here. So when you see the moving average is on the uptrend cycle, most of this MACD is residing above the zero level. Of course, when you come to the shorter cycle, whatever that we have the cross up here will be the new trend establishment. Okay, likewise over here, once they have the cross up, this is where the new cycles or new short cycles of the shorter trends to establish. Okay, so similarly over here, of course, the negative part will be when there is a cross down below zero level. This is not where we wanted to have the positions to stay in already. Okay. Okay, next we take a look of the DMI. Sorry, I have a bit rushed through because we have about 3 indicators to go through. So on the MACD part, more or less we understand which is the cross up and the cross down for the negative, stay above zero for the positive, stay below zero for the negative side. How about the DMI? So this DMI itself actually composed of 3 signals. One critical one is as you can see over here, DI plus, which is indicated in green color. DI minus, which is indicated on the in the red color. And another one is called ADX, which is indicated in blue color. I would like all the audience here to have a pay full attention. This is a very crucial, perfect juncture to take off. While you have the D plus on the rise, D minus on the down, while ADX come in between round bottoms near somewhere around 20. That is a critical positions. I repeat, ADX somewhere round bottom near the 20, in between the D plus on the up, D minus on the down. This combination juncture will indicate the uptrends event. Okay, so we in DMI, we are merely interested over this juncture to aim for the take-off position, the trend position. Okay, after it took off, this part of the repairing and the ramping up of the ADX and whether they are crossing over, this part not really that critical anymore. The next critical will be the ADX rounding top. Once you see the ADX rounding top, means that the price will not be moving much further. or rather it will start to be consolidating in certain patterns. For this particular case here, this is a sideways consolidation. Okay, this is sideways consolidation. Some of them will be like this case here actually is on the pullback consolidation. So you can see for here, this is a gold juncture. The next gold juncture is when the D plus on the up move, D minus coming down again, rounding bottom over the ADX again. So that will be the next cycle of the ramp. Once more, it met up with the rounding top of the ADX. So anytime when you see this rounding top of the ADX, whereby the pullback started to take place, don't do anything. Do not take any further position over here or even here. No, until you see the rounding bottom of the ADX, that will be your next opportunity. So over inside this cycle itself, you can see only these three positions will be good for you. Not over the ramping down of the ADX. No. Okay. So that's how we interpreting the importance of the DMI. I share with you another examples over here. This will be the critical juncture, pulse of the market, another ramp up, pulse over the market, negative cycle. When you have seen the D minus on the ramp up, D plus is coming down, that will not be our favorable cycle. It is coming down cycle. Particularly like this case, this is the very crucial, precise, good juncture for shorting event. Okay, so this is a negative ramping down cycles. Again, when you met up with the rounding top of the ADX, means that the ramp down will start to have a pause for a short rebound. Okay, short rebound. Unless you want to do a short rebound test, then this is where you may pay attention to the ramp down for the rebound. Okay, so you can see the positive cycle, negative cycle in conjunction. So some of this actually wanted to illustrate that why it didn't take off is because of the ramping up and met up with the rounding top events. Okay, so this is just to illustrate that the next new good case. And if you recap to the last 2 weeks contents, right, we are actually having the SMA moving average 200. So most of the price residing below here kind of in the accumulation phase. So ideal position will always come around this juncture. Later on, when you look into some of our good practical case, you can see a very good junctures that's where we wanted to be residing in. Okay, bear this in mind. This is the crucial good juncture. Okay, crossing up 200 line. Okay, so this is just a illustrations when you have the ADX at the round peak consolidation taking place already. Okay. 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 Next, I will just jump onto the the DMI case studies. Just a quick illustrations of what we have gone through. Later on, when you see the live, will be much more attractive. So this will be the good juncture. That will be the bad juncture because red one is indicated as a D minus, green is a D plus. So this is the bad junctures. So next encounter when you have any good like YTL power, YTL, if you ever to see this one, better prepare to get up. Okay. So positive, negative juncture. Okay. Later on we'll see the live one, which is much more interesting. Okay, let's proceed to the RSI here. RSI, I think typically when we look into the textbook or you probably have some information from the website, they will be talking about above 70 as definition as a overbought. Below 30 will be oversold signals, which actually they are true. Okay, but in our interpretation practically here, I would like to modify slightly in the explanation. Many occasions that once you get above 50 level, it started to have the early movement already. So if you wanted to see something good in the early entries, right, look at somewhere around when it started to cross above 50. Of course, when you rush above 70, it will be another push, much stronger one. Okay, so 50 will be a typical crossover juncture. When it crosses from below 50 to above 50, that will be on the positive up move direction. Likewise, when you move down from above 50 down to below 50, that will be started off the negative trending already. Okay, so you can see on this example, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend and downtrend. Okay, so quoting this similar example, you will to see somewhere once right above 50, right, it started to pick off. Particularly on this case study here, when they have a strong ramp, they tend to stay above 70 until they drop below 50. So for those traders, I would strongly recommend that once you get above 50, you can take your position. Once the ramp into the 70 regions, if it's still on the ramp, you may take further position until it drops off below 70. You have to relinquish whatever you have, or even your short position, take it out once it drops below 70. And tendency, most of the time, the RSI will pull back near to the 50 and rebound from there once again. That's how the repairing go through. These are very typical example in our interpretation of the RSI, above 50 and above 70 scenario. Of course, once you're residing down below 50, it tends to have cool off on the pullback already. Okay, like this two red one. Okay, but among these MACD, DMI, RSI, RSI has much more sensitive events. Okay, so you can see there's a glitches of drop down and pullback, drop down and rebound, drop down and rebound. So RSI will have much more sensitive event as compared to MACD and DMI. Okay, personally, I would like to use most of the MACD and DMI in most of the analysis event. RSI, it is very much we wanted to make sure that they are residing above 50. Of course, if you want to contra for a short up push event, look for something above 70. Means that above 70, you can pay attention for the big rush already. Just that lately, there are many stocks. Like today, the ATA IMS will be another opportunity. Formerly, we have the SNS. A lot of those JCI Notion, right? They are having this kind of resemble scenario. Okay, so when they're on the push down, most of the time they will reside below 50. That's not what we want. Okay, below 50, that's not what we unless you do short. Okay, so you can see over this scenario as well. When they are on the up ramp, majority of the time they will stay above 50 level. Except these few glitches. That's why I say I don't quite 100% trust the RSI in that manner. Unless you modify RSI in certain case, if you can. Okay. So once they're on the down ramp, majority of the time they were residing below 50. Okay. So to me, most of the time we actually do the combination analysis. Residing above 50, if we are favorable for RSI, that will be the minimum to stay in. Okay. Okay, I finished it. I have finished the MACD, DMI, RSI. Maybe we just jump onto the market cycle for a quick look. Okay, so this is actually the current as of up to today's the KOSE's positions, which is still residing on the uptrend. Remember when we have our last session, we talked about the market cycle. This is where they started to step into the markup phase. And also all the EMA line is still on the staying uptrend, healthy. So this still on the markup phase. So you look at Today, what we have gone through is the MACD. You see, the MACD most of the time was residing above zero level. You see that? Remember, I also mentioned that when they pull back near to the zero level and started to cross out. Of course, some occasion, like this particular case here, it is slightly below zero and push up again, near to the zero and push up again. So these are all the uptrend intact positions called for the MACD. Okay, so if you recap our DMI, you see this juncture, positive D plus, negative D minus, ADX round bottom. This juncture will be the crucials for the takeoff point. Once they have the round top on the ADX, started to consolidate. You see, isn't it these two peak resemble is this taking place? So now it's still on the consolidation stage. When you see this round top, wait until this MACD come down near to somewhere near to zero or below zero. Once they have the round bottom, particularly close to this stage here, when you see this round bottom, observe whether the D plus is on the rise or D minus on the down. Then ADX come in between again with this MACD crossing up like this case here. I wanted to monitor to be exact these new positions to repeat over here to make sure that it is still staying supported around 1600 to carry on the trend. If it doesn't, once the MACD stay below zero level, very likelihood ADX is still round bottom, but the red one will start to pick up and the green one start to come down. That will be the pullback effect coming in already. That is not what we want. Of course, it will in conjunction with this MACD, the RSI started to drop below 50. Currently, it's still residing above. Okay, it's still residing above. Okay. As for this is the small cap, it is still on the rise, except one scenario after today. There is a pullback over the small cap today, worrying that this peak versus that peak will have a higher high versus the lower high on the MACD might portray a potential pullback effect. That means the likelihood a bear divergence might probably taking place. Of course, confirmation is when this MACD crosses down the signal line. Okay, but hasn't confirmed. Tendency, it may happen. But the uptrend is still intact. What I'm trying to deliver over here is probably there will be a cycle of the pulse in the market. Okay, for the small cap. It is very resemble over the mid cap as well. Okay. Of course, in other scenario, if they say this mid cap or small cap were to have a quick pullback and rush up again, will have portraying this MACD higher high again, like formerly this case here on the higher high. These are all on the higher. That means the trend will carry on. Okay. But as for the long-term interpretation, this cycle here is still on the markup phase. Okay. So overall, KLCI, small cap, mid cap, they are all still on the uptrend events. Okay. So next, let's take a look into our formal some of those stock. For example, that YTL Power. Sorry, this is on the weekly. Let me convert it to daily chart. See on our interpretations, while they are on the ramp, make these stay above zero level. DMI, ADX juncture, green one is D plus, red one is D minus. They are on the quick branch up from here. Another new ramp cycle, you see? and a new ramp cycle, another new ramp cycle. Of course, most of the time it will in conjunction with the combination of the MACD come near to the zero, crosses up again, come near to the zero, crosses up again, come near to the zero, crosses up again. You see that? So these are the events. It keep repeating everywhere in our technical chart. So this is the YTL PowerPoint. This is SCG. Am I right? So similar event, they have been repeatedly staying around. It stay above zero all the while. And the juncture keep repeating every now and then. So you can see from here, this DMI is helping you on the next opportunity, next opportunity, next opportunity. Of course, DMI, RSI itself all the while has been residing a pullback near to the 50 and rebound again. So particularly like this case already stay above 70. This is above 70 have a much stronger ramp movement. Okay. So having seen some of these super signals or super stocks that have been having strong ramp up, how about lately? You see like today, ATA IMS. Actually, this ATA IMS, we published it sometime back in the May 23. Okay. So you can see here, this is the lowest. It has been having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is a consolidation of the chart pattern along the MACD line. This is the accumulation phase crossover, and this will be the initiating of the very strong up push on the markup phase already. So you see the juncture. Here will be one of the juncture. This will be the second juncture. MACD, DMI above 50 on the RSI. This will be another one. If I will zoom in here, you see this good juncture, D plus on the rise, D minus on the down, ADX round bottom, somewhere near to 18, 17 there, just slightly below 20. So it actually take the initiation from this 12 June onward. Okay. How about AZRB today? Isn't it similar? So you see this will be the initial and it carry on through. 209, this will be the good consolidation and a big push. If you to come into the Elliott wave, I will lump them up. This will be 1, 2 case. So it is rising on the tree. Okay. So residing above zero, pull back near to the zero, come back again. This will be the ideal good junctures for the next move of the AZRB. Okay. A very good. Next today, this is beta. You see, 209 is coming down. Most of the accumulation phase is taking place over here. That will be the initial stage of the crossing over for the markup phase. So how about our supportive signals from the MACD? They are residing above zero level. Even the pullback near to zero now is started to have the rebound. This will be the ideal DMI above 50. So pullback, is it going to have a new formation of the green ramping up? Rate is still staying below. ADX is rounding from the bottom near to the Z20 again. So this is beta. CEKD, formerly it took place once above zero. So this will be the combination. Crossover from the accumulation phase into the markup. MACD crosses up and stay above zero, residing above signal line. DMI golden juncture, ramping up above 50 and into the 70 zone. So all these in combination will actually encourage you. You are at the very strong confident level to take your positions. How about this? Efficient. It was there before. Are we next coming? You see that? Was before. Are we going to have the next arm coming? Ramping up. Started to have the breakup. New juncture above zero. Isn't it? Green one, you see the green one? Ramp up. Red one coming down. ADX round bottom. This one again, right, rising above 50 level. So all these are the initial stage. Of course, they say tomorrow you will encounter some pullback effect. So you can go and observe for the patterns of maybe somewhere supporting from 23 to 24. If there was a pullback, will be residing for the next up ramp. Bear that in mind. Once a trend was took off, right, not likely it will stop. Okay, like formally, you see this case here. CKD, it took off. It won't stop. So that will be the second cycle already. Took off the first round. So this will be the second round. And I remember even last session, we also talked about this stock. See the 200 line coming down. The gold accumulation into the markup phase here. The rounding bottom of the 200. So now we are taking off on the markup phase. Is it all this supportive coming on the way above zero during this initial stage? Golden juncture over the DMI, D plus on the up, D minus coming down, ADX rounding bottom, residing above 50 level. So all these in combination will enhance you the confidence. That will be the very good. Even though some of these rate fundamentals are still recurring over there, it might not show as good like the Piotrowski, which is only fine, but the technical part has shown you that it is very strong on the ramp. If you recap that we published this one during the May 21st, which is somewhere here. May 21st, which is somewhere around here on the 1780 cents zone at this point. So from here on the way up here, which is just shortly within a couple of weeks, you could easily make beyond 10 over percent already. Okay, so maybe take a look of the Rojas. You see, Rojas is on the consolidation. Is it coming back? See the consolidation come back above zero level. D plus on the up, D minus coming down round bottom over the ADX started to residing above 50. Okay, so I just wanted to showcase all these sort of practical examples that we have been seeing it day after day. So over the trade signal, you see, this is the last of the trade signal we have had over today. The Rojas, which is this. You can see Triven. Are we having the similar potential up push above the 200 line? Start to on the price with the volume above zero, good juncture coming into 50. So with this X chart itself, we have all these signals over here is trying to tell you, hey, what will be the next upcoming? You see, like even the T7 global. Am I close or not? Am I very close to the above zero again? Of course, this one. For example, like this T7 global at this moment, no doubt it was a very strong rebound. But the ADX here is rounding top. So it's trying to indicate that that will not be favorable for us to rush in on this particular scenario. So likelihood it will be have a dragging effect, stay for some time. unless this one have a significant up push and the cross up on the D plus and D minus. But even with that, the rounding top of the ADX will not encourage the price to move up much further in subsequent. You probably have to wait until the ADX to come down first. So this one particular case will not be so encouraging versus the maybe the efficient. These are more encouraging compared to this case here. These are discouraging yet. Okay, that's how we distinguish. Oh, no doubt it is rebound. It is trying to make the further push or not. So if we're to concluding this T7 global versus, for example, this efficient, right? I will be having more encouraging onto this particular efficient versus the T7 global because of this supportive technical position. These are all very positive move. Okay, this will be, although it is quite encouraging, but discouraged by this guy ADX here. Okay, so you still got some time to buy. Well, probably this will still having some consolidation before the next round. ADX come near to the zero rounding bottom like this to take off. Of course, when it take off, we wanted to have the ADX D plus on the up, D minus coming down. ADX rounding bottom again in subsequence. Okay, so you take last example here, the ceiling. You see ceiling, formally there's a very good junctures, a consolidation chart pattern triangle, a breakup call with having this so-called the ADX juncture in resuming the uptrend, supported by the MACD above zero, good golden juncture above 50. Okay, so the very first time when it took off, those are very fulfilling scenario happening. So these four in combination will be the very crucial for our analysis to pick a very good stocks. And if you wanted to have a short cycle, stay with the crosses down. If you wanted to have a good trend, stay with the trend, stay with the market cycle. As long as a 200 line is still on the rise, stay in. Okay, I think I have very much covered what we had even the last week and into this week in combinations analysis. Okay, so perhaps I'll pass back to Jack. You probably will pick up from the audience any stocks to analyze.
Sure. Okay. Before we go for stock review, if you got any stock for JK, you can actually type it below. But I think Wong have one questions, right? He said that for DMI, pullback tends to happen when ADX round top.
Yes, yes, pullback or sideways consolidation into a potential chart patterns behavior. If it's very short cycle, maybe a triangle patterns, a wedge patterns, or maybe sometime a longer pennant or even a longer flag, which is probably drag you over 2 to 3 weeks kind of cycle when ADX started to happen, particularly over the markup phase. Because once you have the markup phase tendency that you have patterns to follow through, very likelihood that if it's on the bigger pause, right, it will be pulled into the ABCDE cycle. For example, like this particular case here, you can see the ABCDE cycle after this triangle breakup.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So okay, probably JK, we have a few stocks okay for review. We will start Powerwell. Is it okay?
Powerwell, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Powerwell, I think. Okay, you can see over here the Powerwell. It actually have two very major good cycles to take off formally. It is from this initial and the next initiate from here. Of course, a small in between, but these two will be the two main critical juncture. All in all, during these two major cycles over here, right, the MACD was residing above zero already. Moving average line is on the branching up from small to medium and to the long term signals, moving average EMA and DMI. That will be the very crucial one. You see, above 50. So how about now? So after we have gone through all this big ramp from probably 25 to 50 cents, it's almost 100% already. So we are coming near to this pulse over here. Over here, you see all the moving average is still on the rise. They still haven't actually signifying that you have a significant so-called into the distribution yet, unless it was a severe pullback. So you can see that all these are higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So the nearest lower low will be this potentially. So this will be the 46, around there, 45. Okay. Significantly now you can see from the MACD here, it already pulled back. So here you can see a consolidations of the wedge. You see that this is a wedge patterns are over there. Consolidation is taking place. Over the DMI here, there will be a short push up already. Will there be another continuation in subsequent? Even the pullback on the 50 here is a pullback from about 65 down to about now only 50, 57 and 58. It is still residing above. Okay, it's still residing above the 50 as our requirement. It has to be above 50 to stay true. See from here onward, it has been staying above 50. So this rank is still intact at the moment. Unless within this short 1-2 days or within this week, you will see that the price will to drop below 45. Okay, below this low. So that means it's portraying the new lower low. So all these short term will start to drag down already. Otherwise, if it's rebounding from this so-called the supportive level. By the way, this is our so-called volume price analysis signals. With this red line here is telling me that this will be a very significant majority of the price fall at this price of majority of the volume fall at this 48.5 and 48 here. So that's why it was supported. So that will be the very supportive rows around these regions here, 48.5. So should it actually rebound from here and carry on until beyond about 54? So that means the ramp will still resuming. Okay. So for this one, I will say uptrend is still intact until it fell below 45. That is Powerwell at the moment. Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Next,
JK. So probably we take another one more from the audience. How about D next?
the next.
Yeah.
June 5th, we push up these particular stocks. Okay. So if this particular case here, you see, always put into the longer trips of the candlesticks for us to see where is our cycle, the market cycle. So this was formerly all those markup phase distribution declining. So that will actually having the accumulation into the new markup phase again. Okay, that's what we have to agree upon first. So once you see this is going to have a new move, we will anticipate on the new ramp to come. Of course, look back into the previous high will be very fantastic. So if this is actually will be easily more than 100% to come from the former peak. Okay, but it portrayed already, which because this one already kick off with the markup phase. How about the indicators? This is our today's topic. It already signifying that make this residing above zero level, which is already more than 1-2 months already here. Okay, markup phase And you see the gold juncture 2 times happen. This will be the first round, this will be the second round. So it is still intact. The ADX haven't round top. It is still pursuing. Okay. RSI is still residing near to 70. Very near to the 70, you see. You already stay there for probably 2-3 weeks already over here. So all these are very positive signals. If you were to have a longer trips, long-term positioning, by all means, this will be a very suitable. Of course, here, if you were to put up a chart patterns here, the support will be very significant. So that would be the first nearest support. The next one, so far away. So a lot of all these supportive flow will be up there to have very encouraging for this longer trips position for this DNX. Honestly, I encourage on this DNX because of the today's this premier from China also visited us in Malaysia. Of course, China to Malaysia, very key one will be the silicon back testing, packaging, all these things, which is very popular in our Malaysia. Penang has been the third, the biggest so-called exporters for Malaysia's on these also semicons related product. So this DNAC also one of that on the silicon base, the wafer. Okay, so this will be the initial to me. So I like this particular stock, to be honest. DNAC. So all these are very supportive signals at the moment. Until we see the round top, so far we have not. It is still residing on the rise. Okay, so formally it has actually gone up to about 60 plus. Currently we are at about 53, 54 there only. Oh, okay. Next.
Okay, thank you, JK. So you want to take one more, JK, from the audience?
Sure, no problem. No problem.
No problems. Okay. We probably takes Wix Dynamic lah.
Which one again?
Wix Dynamic, VAS.
See, these are so-called technology related. Isn't it? They are residing at the bottoms mostly. So also appeared to be the initial kickoff. So if you really wanted to interpret this particular scenario here, residing over the accumulation, get over to the markup phase. You see all the EMA is on the quick rushing up. Of course, I won't quote any of 1 or 2 candle in short terms like this pullback. I won't quote because I not typically would encourage look into the whole cycle as a major first, which is very crucial. And to recap our so-called supportive information from the first day session last 2 weeks ago and this week, recap again. You see the markup happens around here. Today's contents, MACD cross up on the push. The DMI signal, right, above 50. So all these good conjunctures are actually supporting us on the go. But whether currently will this guy will have a short pause along this up ramp? This is normal. A push up and the pullback. These are norm, you see. Okay, even this one there will be a pullback. I will anticipate the pullback will come near to about 43 here. You see this line? It is actually our price volume blind. So that means that this line would tell us that it is a very strong price position for most of the volume resided at. So 43 will be a very good support. If really that this guy were to have a pullback, there will be somewhere near to the support level for us to consider for considering for the next uptrend in future. Okay, pullback for the next uptrend in future, which will very much more attractive. Of course, if really were to have the pullback, of course, this guy will have the pull down. If this guy were to have the cross down below the signal line, signifying a lower high versus this higher, so it conclude that this cycle actually have a short pause to pull back, and there will be the supportive level for us to observe. Okay, especially for those investor or the trader would actually wanted to focus into this VIS already, VIS dynamic. Okay, of course, if you look into their fundamental over the latest quarter announced Q1 January 2024, their result wasn't that good. So a lot of negative growth. I mean, their sales, their revenue, and the profit wasn't that great yet. Dividends only about 2%, but signifying their earning per share have it on the increasing earning per share growth, which is on the positive. PE resided at about 19 there. ROE is about 6 only. Net cash company, the net gearing ratio, very good. But overall, on the Piotrowski rating wasn't that good. It is at 4 only, but technically very good. It is very low position now. Now, if you look back formally how high it was, it's about 110. This level is about 110. So now you are at probably started from about less than 50 cents. So easily you probably will aim toward the doubling effect for this VIS. Technology. So you can take a look of the technologies index here related. Technology just take off. Could it be portraying the earlier stage of this? Earlier stage of this is going to repeat over here. But overall, the trend is still on the rise. I will anticipate some repetition of these patterns on this upcoming. So as I said just now, when we look at the KLSE's market cycle, market outlook, like our KLSE, FBM, small cap, FBM mid caps, all those are still quite promising at the moment, except probably the short-term pullback effect might take place here and there. But overall, it's still quite good in our observation so far. Okay, Jack.
All right. So thanks, JK again. So currently it's already 9:30. We're almost coming to the end of our section. So don't worry. I think the upcoming 2 week JK for different topic for us. Am I right, JK?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, thank you for JK for sharing with us for today this section over here. So do remember, don't forget to join our Telegram. So for the upcoming section with JK, I will definitely post into the Telegram to inform everyone. So once again, thank you, and I will see you again in the upcoming section. Thank you, JK.
Thank you. Nice to meet everybody's on the live sessions here. Thank you, everybody. Bye.